Hello, this is Shag, and this is the other part of the Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate demo. That freaking Plesioth. Last time I described him as what? A really frustrating asshole? Now you get to see what I meant. Oh, Plesioth. He is certainly not pleasing, that's for sure. He likes to waste your time. That is like his number one favorite way to waste his own time. The reason they give you a frog here is because you can actually fish him out with a frog. At least I think you can. But you have to get to where he is fast enough. And even with what I'm doing, I don't think that's gonna happen. This shortcut is still here. So that's good. Half the time I take that shortcut, I accidentally go the wrong direction from here and end up in the area below it instead of where Plesioth starts. And the fishing spot is still over here. But Plesioth is a jerk, so nobody cares. For some reason you get an infinite fishing symbol popping up over that. Maybe the demo does not limit your frogs to 5? I mean, it clearly says you have a limited number of them. Hey, Mr. Plesioth, you can see him in the water there, but he's just like, screw that! I'm dumb! Look at me. Plesioth at least looks pretty funny, cavorting around on the land. I don't know if the twin daggers, or dual swords, or whatever, are the best choice as a weapon to fight him with. I mean, they're pretty short range. Look at him waddle over the ground. All you can really do is stab at his feet. But even so, when you're on the land, it's easier to fight him than when you're in the water, I think. You might notice that this video is twice the length of the last one. There are people who are good at Monster Hunter that beat like every monster in about 10 minutes average. But no. Not me, I guess. Though, for the record, in regular Monster Hunter games, you do get to choose your own equipment. Whereas I'm stuck with whatever this is. I can't even look at the bonuses and stats on it and whatnot. So it gives me like, you suck at swords, haha! Plus 10, I don't know. I don't remember if the Gobo armor has any negative effects or not from trying. I don't think I ever made it. Let's try to barrel bomb him, haha, this will be hilarious. Ah, cha-cha or kayamba, no! One of them set it off prematurely. Oh boy, looks like I've got my flash bombs equipped. I'm going to miss at least 2/3 of them in this fight if I remember right. Sometimes when he... there's his hip check. That hip check, so I have heard, is the thing of legends in older versions of Monster Hunter. Where it would hit you from miles or like countries away. Or if you were playing Monster Hunter Tri, Plesioth's hip check from one of the older games would hit you anyway. Something like that. Right now it looks like the hitbox for that is at least a little bit more reasonable than my lack of experience with what it was before. What is with monsters and spinning around in place as a favored form of attack, by the way? Anyway, if he's exhausted, which I don't remember if he gets exhausted at any point in this, when he's doing that sliding along the ground thing, he can flop over. Oh, there's the best animation that he has. Sigh. They do give you a dash juice, which I decided to wait until he was in the water to use. For whatever good that does. Now he's going to start using his high-pressure water laser. And his charge across the entire ocean attack. I believe that those puffs coming from his mouth mean that he is enraged. You can tell because he doesn't stop attacking. Also, in the reality of most Monster Hunter games, from what I remember, you get more than 20 minutes to fight something. So my being careful and looking for openings thing didn't work. This is actually the second time I tried fighting him when I decided to record this, because the first time I ran out of time when he was almost dead. I guess you have to be aggressive and look for every single opening you can, and then find some more that don't exist. Or it could just be me being too careful and not trusting him when he's doing his just sort of sitting there and tilting his head back and forth randomly thing. Here he's being annoying and deciding to switch what part of the area he's fighting in, which he does about 4 times. And it gets really annoying. And I already said it was annoying, but... And he just flops over that way and sits still. I don't understand this guy. Like, you might think it's safe when he sits still like that, and then he'll suddenly, like... he did get exhausted. He flops around a bit, a lot. It's a little bit of an excessive flopping animation. See, that hip check, I got hit because I was standing under him, and I can accept that. Here he's drooling. For whatever reason. What am I doing? I could have attacked him, like, a bunch more during that. So basically the problem is I don't really know when he's open, or when he's just faking being open. Something like that anyway. Look at how bad I am at video games. At least he got paralyzed. When I have managed to hit him with a flash bomb when I was messing around in the demo without recording it, it didn't really seem to help much, because he just started spazzing out and flailing in circles randomly. So it's probably not the best thing to do against him anyway. Work with me, camera. Work with past me, camera. What am... The flash bomb obviously needs to hit at some point where they can see it, and it's not just, like, exploding under their chin. Because he does not have eyes in his underbelly, as much as I would like that to be true. I wonder how much of a time waster that big old combo there is, that ends in the vertical downward slash with the 2 daggers. That whole thing happens when you press X and A once together in demon mode. So you can't really interrupt at any part of it, that's for sure, but I wonder if the damage is even worth it. He can shoot his laser in multiple different ways. Those are probably good opportunities to attack him if you're in the right place, but for now it looks like I'm trying to trick him into the shock trap. Here we have more bombing. I've heard that he's weakest in his neck, which I guess is reasonable, and it looks like Cha-Cha blew himself up, which isn't not really reasonable. Here he goes back into the water again! I have seen someone throw a flash bomb to stop him from jumping back into the water, and that was smart. But I was not close enough. Also, I don't know how he missed that, but I am thankful. If you sit around on the shore while he's in the water hoping that he'll just jump back out eventually, he just keeps popping up and shooting lasers at you. I believe in my first take, I ran around on the shore for a few minutes trying to get him to come back. But no. It looks like he's probably mad again. And now we wait to find an opening once more. He's not gonna give one so easily. The problem is getting close to him. Then I dodged right into the beam. I remember doing that. I was just as disappointed then as I am now. Well, I might be more disappointed right now. Getting close to him is hard, because even if you aren't in his attacks, you might be in the part... You might be close enough to be affected by the current and, like, knocked back a little bit, even if you don't take any damage. I guess this is the first time the Plesioth has actually been fightable underwater, which is kind of funny because he seems like he's made for it, but he's been around forever? I mean, look at this guy. He's clearly an underwater creature. I think the first time I beat him in the demo was using the hunting horn, which is a pretty hilarious weapon, actually, and really good. I don't know if I'll be recording the demo anymore, but if people want me to show off some weapons in my less than skilled way, I guess I can do that. Yeah, he can also do that. This is a variant on the monster being too close to the door, where he is underwater and yet, like, inserting himself into the land. Well, then he decides to go on land anyway! So we're back up here. Is he tired? Yeah, he's probably tired again, considering I just knocked him over. And when he's tired like that, his water laser lasts for a lot. It doesn't really last, it's just like a short shot, I guess. That still seems within reasonable hitbox territory for the... Yeah, see how his laser wasn't held for a few seconds? Actually, I guess he's fine, and that's normal. But I'm pretty sure that if he tries to do that when he's exhausted, he just gets like a puff of water or like a tiny spurt of it. Or something. I am definitely... Now he's back in the water. Probably should have mentioned this earlier, but you might be able to guess by my commentary that I am by no means a Monster Hunter expert. I've only ever played Try in this demo, after all. And thus, one of the underwater creatures suffers a casualty during the battle. I don't remember what their name is, but oh well. I guess that's why they give you fishing harpoons? Just so if you felt like... there's really no reason for fishing harpoons to be given to anyone ever. Except for that one quest in the very beginning of the tutorial of Try where you have to use one. Except I don't even think you have to use one. I really hope that you don't have to do an hour-long tutorial in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. But it wouldn't surprise me much either. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Oh wait, I'm probably just trying to desperately hit him as much as I can because I know time is running out because they don't give you enough time unless you know exactly what you're doing. We're coming up on 15 minutes now. Which means the 5 minutes left warning is going to show up soon enough. Maybe you'll be able to tell if I'm panicking more after that happens. In any case, yep, there it is. I still maintain my stance that Plesioth is... Look at him go back onto the shore again, wasting your time! He's kind of an asshole. I still remain steadfast on that opinion as of yet now. Though I am pretty well aware that there are probably monsters that are going to be way worse than this once the actual game is released. In 17 days since this voice happened, maybe? Shag, you're not hitting anything. Try harder. Shag. Yeah. And I remember most of the quests in Monster Hunter try giving you like 50 minutes to kill something. So I can at least hope that. And at least, no matter what monsters there are that are really annoying to fight, there will always be something called the Nibble Snarf, and that makes everything fine. That is seriously like the best monster name I've heard. It's basically Gobble, but in the sand. Another thing about 20 minutes is that it doesn't... You kinda... I'm running out of things to say about how much of a jerk this guy is. Except I managed to paralyze him again. I guess that's good. If this were live commentary, I'm pretty sure that everything I said from this point on would just be like, please die already! Aren't you dead yet? Come on, die! Well, at least he's limping. For those counting, there are 3 minutes remaining for me to finish him off now that he has entered his weak state. I'm pretty sure he does something really annoying in a few minutes. Or a minute. Once we get around to actually transitioning areas. Here we go with him in the doorway again. Well, not again for him. And then he decides to limp right on back to the area that we were just in. I mean, all things considered, he's a doable fight, but I take far too long to fight him. I think he's limping back to jump back onto the shore right after he limped off of the shore to jump into the lake to swim to the next area just so he could turn around and go backwards. He is literally trying to beat us by timeout at this point. And by us, I mean me, of course. Well, okay, he didn't go back onto the shore. I think he might have actually tried to leap back onto the shore, but missed. Except now he's enraged, so he's just going to spin around for a year. Is he enraged? No, he's just being annoying. Under a minute remains. Thankfully, he's going to die momentarily. I hope. Panic has set in. Oh good, I picked the right video file, haha! I would have known if it was the one where I failed. But this has been Shag, and I guess the video's about to end, so that was Plesioth. He's a big jerk, and there's gonna be more big jerks, so that was Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate Demo. Yeah. What a jerk.